good, YouTube, man? It's Malik back at it. You know what I'm saying? We got the 10 biggest freaks of nature in the NBA. Man, make sure I hit that like and subscribe. Put in the comments what y'all think is the freaks of nature in the NBA. Let's get into it.
They say that talent is only 2%
you see
of
Cash
success,
Nasty.
and that hard work is the other 98%. While that certainly is true in many regards, there is only so much you can do if you're not gifted. In basketball, you can be skilled, but you can't learn to be tall or jump extremely high.
You're right.
Here
That's
is
facts.
a list of players who won the genetic lottery and are the biggest freaks of nature in basketball history.
Man, you already know, man. Got that Shaq, Michael Jordan. Oh yeah,
Wilt Chamberlain was not just one of the most athletic freaks of nature.
This dude was unbelievable.
He was one of the most athletic humans that ever lived. Along with being 7'1", with the 7'8" wingspan, Wilt also had a 40-plus
that
inch
wingspan, bro.
He was arguably the most dominant offensive force basketball has ever seen, with a combination of size, speed, and brute power.
And he can jump too.
Extremely agile for his height due to the fact he trained track and field in high school. He could also
so
bench
crazy,
over
dude.
500 pounds, and there were numerous incredible stories about his strength, like lifting other players in the middle of the game or breaking an opponent's foot with the ball by blocking his shot. From the moment he stepped onto the court, he was the most dominant player in basketball. Nobody could guard him one-on-one except Bill Russell, who was also the main reason why Wilt only got 2 championships. Chamberlain's 1961-62 season
Bill Russell was going crazy
in
against him.
basketball history. That season, Wilt scored a whopping 100 points in the game, averaged over 50, and played over 48 minutes per game. After basketball, Wilt was a successful volleyball player and was still in NBA demand in his 50s because he was always in phenomenal shape. A true freak of nature and a physical specimen like no other. Nate Robinson.
Oh yeah,
It's
facts.
a bit
5'9".
counterintuitive that one of the 10
5'9",
shortest players in
5'10".
NBA history would go on to win the slam dunk contest a record-breaking 3 times. Well, that's the truth for Nate Robinson,
For real?
who indeed is an athletic specimen with
I thought he
an
only got
incredible
one
burst of speed and vertical
win
jump that allowed him to
dunk
soar to
contest.
heights most people his size are not able to. Drafted in 2005, he first played for the Knicks, then soon became a fan favorite. The Garden loved his energetic plays and electrifying
remember when he was
dunks,
trying to go to the
sometimes
NFL?
not able to believe that such a high flyer can come in such a small package. Nate was naturally gifted, but also worked extremely hard to become as athletic as possible to overcome a lack of height, and he extensively talks about it in his book, Heart Over Height. After the NBA, Nate even tried to play in the NFL and had a tryout with the Seahawks, but unfortunately, his football dream never materialized. Shaquille O'Neal. There were centers more skilled than Shaq. Bill Russell had more rings. Wilt had better stats. Kareem had more finesse and more rings, while Hakeem was a far better shooter and defender. But what set Shaq apart from all those greats are simple laws of physics. Mass plus speed and agility equals something that is very hard to stop. Shaq was absolutely huge. 7'1", 350 pounds, wearing size 22 sneakers. And there were tall and big players in the league before and after Shaq, but nobody at that size could move so fast. A 4-time champ, 15-time All-Star, he's one of the best players ever. In his prime, Diesel was the most dominant force in the league, and it often took 2 or 3 players to contain him. It's like a wardrobe falling on you and you trying to hold it. Kevin Garnett once described how it's like to guard Shaq. LeBron James.
Oh yeah,
In
Brown.
2002, Sports Illustrated had put a 16-year-old on the cover with the title
Just 16, bro. Just 16.
From that point on, LeBron became the most hyped athlete in the history of sports. And it was not without reason. He was as tall as Magic Johnson and could pass like him, but he could also jump like Michael Jordan. When LeBron came to the NBA, he soon showed that the hype was justified and became the face of the league. In his prime Miami years, he weighed about 275 pounds and was among the fastest and most athletic players in the league.
Why would you be a bust coming out of high school?
LeBron in transition was like a freight train coming at you at full speed. It was better to just move out of the way. 3 titles later, he is still among the best and most athletic players in the league at the age of 35. With his genetics and the way he takes care of his body, we could see LeBron dominate the league at 40 and further improve his stock as one of the best to ever do it. Zion Williamson.
He's gonna be in there for a long time.
LeBron James, no man came into the NBA with as much hype as Zion Williamson. And the reason why Zion's name was on everybody's lips is his extraordinary physical attributes. His physique,
man, he can play football if he wanted to, but that man was just,
so different from
I don't know, he just had too much hops.
Other NBA rookies look like basketball players. Zion looks like a freaking tank. He is 6 feet 6 inches tall and weighs an astonishing 285 pounds, which is
almost
the second
300.
heaviest in the
And
league
running.
behind 7'4" Boban. His measures are
Running
more like
fast,
a defensive
too.
end than a basketball player.
Jumping high.
And he resembles some comic book hero who, as a kid, fell into a bin of vanilla-flavored radioactive protein. And it wouldn't be as much of a story if he also didn't have a 45-inch vertical, which enables him to carry all that mass through the air without any hope for defenders to stop him because they just bounce off him. In his first NBA season, he's already drawing comparisons with Shaq and Barkley, with his ability to absorb contact, maintain balance in the air, and finish with efficiency around the rim. A true freak of nature, Zion will almost certainly be a perennial all-star if he stays healthy. Giannis Antetokounmpo. When your nickname is Freak, you know you have to build every most athletic.
I don't even know what to say about
Giannis is 6'11" with a 7'4" wingspan and a step so long that he can go coast to coast with only 2 dribbles. Other than LeBron, there has never been anyone so deadly in transition simply because nobody at that size can run that fast and cover so much ground as quickly. Giannis was a handful to deal with when he first came to the NBA at the age of 18, and since then, he added more than 50 pounds of muscle. Now, he's the modern-day Shaq, and nobody can stop him from getting to the rim as he's leading the league in dunks for the 2nd straight year. If there ever was somebody looking like a monster from Space Jam, it's Giannis Antetokounmpo. Greek Freak will probably repeat as MVP and is going to be the face of the league for years to come. Michael Jordan. When we talk about Michael Jordan, we talk about titles, awards, broken statistical records, desperate rivals, trash talk, dunking, tongue wag, the shoes. Jordan was the apostle of basketball. He was usually the best offensive and defensive player in every game he played. And what Kawhi Leonard did during the playoffs last year, Jordan did in his entire career. Nobody could guard him one-on-one. He was great at splitting double teams and attacking the hoop, was a hound on defense, could carry a team when no one could score, and what was most graceful about him is how long he could stay in the air. His nickname, Air Jordan, was 100% correct due to the insane vertical leap of 48 inches. Could not be stopped when he shot his favorite fadeaway jumper. He would turn, stay an hour longer in the air than his opponent, and then hit the bottom of the cup. Jordan had a perfect body for a basketball player, with huge oven mitts as hands, strong wiry legs, and a hard-to-move, robust frame. On top of that, he also had the right fundamentals and the mindset of a great white shark. When the stake was highest, MJ played his best.
With the tongue out and everything.
So whenever, whenever, there was no defense against Jordan, and that's why the vast majority of people think of him as the GOAT, Vince Carter.
Yeah.
By the time Michael Jordan retired for the second time, all the basketball media were looking for a successor. It was a good shtick to sell the magazine, whether it was Sports Illustrated, Slam, or Beckett Basketball. 3 names stood out in the sea of challengers. With his talent, mindset, and work ethic, Kobe Bryant came closest to him. Grant Hill, psychologically by far the most prepared for the challenge, was devastated by injuries. Vince Carter was athletically most similar to Jordan and was the most physically talented of the 3. In his second year in the league, Carter was changing direction so fast that defenders seemed to be stuck in a pile of mud after rain. He had a soft shot.
I wish I would have seen BC
his dunks,
when he was going crazy like this, bro.
God. His
I only seen him when he was like old when he got that. He really just shoot.
Like Mike Tyson's punches in his prime. However, all comparisons to MJ stopped at athleticism. By his own admission, Carter never worked hard, never went far in the playoffs, and his departure from Toronto was gruesome to say the least. He started working hard and transformed into a serviceable role player late in his career, which allowed him to still play at the age of 42. Despite not fulfilling his potential, Vince Carter will always be remembered as half man, half amazing, and hold an unofficial title of the best dunker in the history of basketball. Dwight Howard. No matter what anyone might say, Dwight Howard is
came into the league with them big shoulders,
bro. Another minute of basketball. His reputation was tarnished in recent years, and he's not nearly as productive as he once was. But Dwight is an 8-time All-Star and 8-time member of all NBA teams. At his peak, Howard was an absolute monster and without a doubt the best center in NBA. At 6'11", he was a bit undersized, but his athletic ability was second to none, which made him the best rebounder in the league for 5 years. He also possessed tremendous agility and lateral quickness, which allowed him to hold the entire defense by himself, and he deservedly won 3 Players of the Year awards. In a celebration of his physical gifts, Howard participated in the slam dunk contest and became a real-life Superman. This man really flew through the air and then threw the ball down at the rim. Kenny Smith was right. Superman indeed was
He
in the building.
just threw it in there,
In
but
next
you know.
year's dunk contest, he nonchalantly dunked on a 12-foot rim without breaking a sweat, demonstrating once again what a physical marvel he really is. Russell Westbrook.
Oh yeah, this
Aside
dude.
from pre-injury Derrick Rose,
Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook is the most athletic point guard.
That man just be playing, bro. He just be.
Westbrook is extremely
I
popular
don't know. He
with all
just
current and former players because he always
going
plays in
100%.
extreme energy and passion. The rims in NBA arenas don't share that opinion, as he is known to torture them with his emphatic, merciless dunks. Listed at 6'3", Westbrook has been living above the rim from the moment he stepped into the league, and his athleticism doesn't seem to deteriorate even now in his 12th year. Westbrook is the best point guard
for
ever, and his relentlessness and
over a decade and still
allowed
dunking
him
like
to
that.
snatch boards from much taller players. This helped him to average a triple double-double for 3 straight years and win an MVP award in 2017.
Well, man, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and I'm out.